Hi, thank you all so much for joining us on the How to Make a Booking Europe Express webinar. Before we begin, please note this presentation is being recorded for educational purposes. At this time, all attendees are currently in listen-only mode. If you have any questions anytime throughout the presentation, please type it in the GoToWebinar window, and we will answer it after the presentation. If there are specific questions that we cannot answer at the moment, we will have someone from our team reach out to you within 24 hours. My name is Joyce Taylor. I am the Business Development Specialist for Europe Express. Thank you all for being here with me today. I know that we're all busy. I'm going to do my best to keep this short so you can all get back to booking. And at the end, again, we'll leave some time for a few minutes to answer any questions that you have. So Europe Express, really our name says it all. We specialize in the planning and booking of European vacations. So from Iceland to Western Turkey, Portugal to Scandinavia, these are the 22 countries that 82% of Americans choose for a leisure vacation to Europe. So why use Europe Express? Well, I'll go over in some more detail, but our top 5, we sell exclusively to travel agents, our reservation experts, our dedicated groups team, in-destination support, and our hand-picked product. So our number one reason, we sell only to travel agents. Since 1990, we've worked exclusively only with travel advisors to create completely customizable European itineraries for both FIT and group travel. Our team here is comprised of knowledgeable, passionate, and well-traveled reservation specialists. You know we're 100% dedicated to your success because we only sell to you. So we're really here to make you guys look like rock stars to your clients. We encompass your feedback, and we work towards providing you what you need. We have recently implemented a couple of pieces for our travel agent partners. First, you do have the capability at your discretion to add on an agent fee on top of what you're already making for your commission. Okay, and that does come across seamless to your passengers, and I will show that to you later on here in the presentation on where you would add that on. We also have a discount for agents that are looking to take their own European experience. There are some guidelines that go along with that. Please feel free to reach out to me after the presentation if you have interest in that. We have limited fam trips, so that's a great way to experience Europe for yourself as well. So what do we do here? For travel agents, we create FIT itineraries. For us, it's really simple. No 2 itineraries are the same. Our services, some of these can be booked individually, or you can book the whole kit and caboodle with us. It's completely customizable. You do have that ability to add on that agent markup on top of your already commissionable package. And you have access to book through our live inventory on our website 7 days a week or through our call center. Our Barcelona office is really key for support in country. You don't have to get that wake-up call at 2 a.m. They're there in your client's time zone, and they're to help if you need it in case of an emergency or a situation occurs. For groups, again, completely unique and customizable itineraries. So from leisure to theme to education, to pre and post cruise, we can really handle all of your group's needs. What separates us from other suppliers is that ability to do multi-city and multi-country, and that we have that exceptional in-destination support. Our groups here are 10 or more adults traveling together. They can be quoted at net or with commission for our groups. You just need to let us know. And you can add markup on this and make it what you want as well. You also have access to our online payment portal, so you can manage payments when you need to and want to as well. So these are the lovely faces that are making everything happen for you. Our travel experts, they really are a wealth of knowledge and they have a true passion for all things Europe. If you do find an agent that you do enjoy working with, you'll be given their extension and a direct email address so you can contact them anytime you need anything. This is from our summer picnic, my first outing with Europe Express, a really great time sharing it with everyone. This is my favorite, really, to share with you all. Our experts, they don't only sell Europe, they visit it. So from Germany to Iceland, our reservations team and other departments, they've either lived, studied, or worked in a European country. So here's a few snapshots of them on the road. When we say we're passionate about travel, we mean it. You've heard me mention in-destination support a few times here. Our support team in Europe, they provide services to your clients in their time zone. So from those flight changes to rail strikes, they're there to make sure your clients are having a seamless vacation. They're also contracting and visiting the hotels that we provide. So therefore, you know the quality is more than standard, and you can have peace of mind knowing your clients are in great hands. Also, what I did fail to mention for our groups, when you do book a group of 10 or more through our groups team, you're automatically having a dedicated person from our Europe office responsible for the logistics of the itinerary. So they know the whole itinerary from A to Z. So what are the products and services that we provide? For air, we do offer, we have contracts with all of the major carriers in and out of Europe. So we can do all classes of service. We really do have some great buying power with those private contracts. So we have really aggressive fares in our business classes of service here for the air. And regardless of the class of service that you book, you do receive 5% commission for FIT bookings. So it doesn't matter whether it's business or economy, you will get 5% commission on the FIT side for the air. For hotels, anywhere from 3 to 5-star options. So city center, airport, bed and breakfast, castle stays, paradors, posadas, no matter what type of accommodations your clients are looking for, we have the variety to satisfy their needs. For sightseeing, we do have, it's well over 650 plus off-the-shelf options. So you can do those basic options like hop-on and hop-off bus passes in the major cities, museum passes, to private cooking classes and helicopter tours. We also do, many custom options with a car driver and a guide. For transfers, we have shared private and executive private. So no matter where your clients are needing to be transferred, we can take care of them, whether that be airport to hotel, hotel to port, port to rail. I do want to mention here that it is usually one large suitcase per person. So it's really important to communicate that with our reservation staff if you feel that your clients will have more luggage. We want to make sure that the vehicle is not only big enough for your clients, but big enough for their luggage as well. Just make sure that you communicate that to our red staff no less than 14 days prior to travel. For rail, we all know the easiest and most efficient way to travel throughout Europe is via rail. All of Rail Europe's products are loaded live in our system. So we can book your clients conveniently, point to point, first class, second class. It's all loaded live in our system. For car rentals, if you do have that more adventurous clients and they have more flexibility in their travel, we do have some great car contracts and we can book their car rental for them as well. And for travel insurance, we've recently added Alliance Travel Insurance to the lineup, and we're super excited about that. We do recommend travel insurance for every vacation that your clients go on. Pre and post cruise options. We do have 1 or 2 night pre and post options throughout all the major ports, both oceans and rivers. We have those turnkey packages which are ready to go, or you can easily customize what you're looking for. So let's say you have clients and you've booked the cruise and you have their itinerary for the cruise, but you haven't booked their air or any of their other services yet. We can take care of that for you. We can book their airfare, their pre and post hotel, their transfers to and from the boat, and you can combine that all into one seamless itinerary. And you've just made more commission by booking your pre and post through Europe Express. So before we get into how to make a booking, there's really so much to consider when you're meeting with your clients, and so many questions that you'll want to ask them. The more questions that you ask, the better we can narrow down their dream vacation that they're looking for. So I just want to go over really quickly a few of the questions that you should be asking your clients. So number one, have they traveled to Europe before? As a travel agent, you get the range of those that have never traveled to those that are searching for an intimate journey off the beaten path. Differentiating between the two is really essential to know what your clients need for your planning. Where have they traveled? What did they like about their past travels? And how can you apply it to their next trip? Learning about their previous travel experience can really give you a better idea of what they would and wouldn't enjoy on their next adventure. It also tells you if they'll need time to learn about the currency exchange, obtaining a passport, and when to check in for their flight. Number two, what are their interests? Would your client prefer a bike tour instead of a motor coach tour? Would they prefer a cooking lesson or to have reservations at a local restaurant? Relating to your client's interests to their vacation will make their travels tailored to who your clients are and what they enjoy doing. Also, understanding their interests at home and applying it to what they can do in another country. Remember, we offer a huge range of sightseeing options that can speak to whatever your client's interests might be. Where do they want to go? We always have that one client that will walk in and says, I'd like to do Italy, Spain, England, and France all in 1 week. Or they'd like to spend one night per city to explore Europe. Will your clients have enough time to enjoy all the sites? Have they considered transportation times? While Europe has so much to see and do, it's essential really to narrow down exactly what cities and or countries your clients truly want to visit. Go over their plan, check their duration between cities, make sure it's timely and logical. The more the itinerary is specific, the quicker the turnaround time for the booking process will be. What do they need from their hotel? It's really important to mention here, hotels in Europe really aren't the same that they are in the US, the Caribbean, and Mexico. The amenities really vary, and rooms can run a lot smaller than what we're acquainted to. Discuss what your clients' requirements are to make sure that each hotel is right for them. Do they need a gym? Does the hotel need an elevator? You can also go over the TripAdvisor reviews with them. Also, one thing to keep in mind is those reviews may not always be the hotel's fault. If you let us know what the requirements your clients need before the quoting process, we'll find the proper accommodations to suit them. This is a big one. What are the expectations for this trip? In other words, are they look back at all we've learned so far from your clients. We know if they've been to Europe, we know where they'd like to go and their interests. Tie this into the overall expectations for the trip. Is it to relax, or do they want to see as many museums as possible? Do they expect transfers to pick them up at each hotel and airport? Consider their day-to-day activities, and if anything is lacking or things need to be removed. Understanding their expectations, that's going to eliminate a lot of potential miscommunication while they're away on their trip. So when do they want to travel? Timing is really a huge component of what the best trip will be to your clients. Island hopping in Greece is not ideal after September, but Scandinavia makes for a great winter vacation. Keeping in mind the time of year your clients are expecting to travel and making sure they're aware of weather conditions are during that time is really crucial. When your clients want to travel, also matters for the cost of the trip. Hotel and air rates, they can be up to 40% more during peak season. That's usually May through August versus low season. So would they rather save money and go during a cooler time, or do they want a warm summer vacation that might cost more? Last but not least, their budgets. What are your clients wanting to pay? If if we could all live in a five-star luxury world on an economy salary, we'd all be happy campers. But unfortunately, the reality is travel does cost money, and clearly communicating that and what their budget does and does not allow can play a huge significance in whether or not you make the sale. So, setting these expectations ahead of time and being straightforward with them is going to reduce the amount of requotes and get an accurate picture of your for your clients in a timely manner. So I know I really covered a lot quite quickly for you. I'd also like to take you on how to make a booking with Europe Express. First and foremost, as I had mentioned, we only sell to travel agents, so it's really important. You need to have a login in order to access this screen. I will show you in a minute, if you're not already registered with us, where to go for that. Once you are logged in, you'll see on the agent homepage on the left-hand side, it's a form to design a custom vacation. So what we've done here is we've blown that up so you can see it a little bit better. You'll need to fill out all this information in order to start booking. So is it single city? Is it multi? What services need to be included in the booking? Their departure city, excuse me, destinations, their area, and the neighborhood if applicable. What are their check-in and check-out dates? Also, you can search only by a star rating. How will they travel between each city? Is it rail? Is it air? And how many rooms, adults and children? Is it a double or a twin? Once we've filled out all of this necessary information, you can click on search. And that will bring us to the booking of air. So what you'll see here is it automatically filters pricing from low to high. You can also change this with the radio button here if it's more important what time they depart the US, or if it's more important what time they arrive in Europe. You can also filter here by nonstop and the number of connections. If you do know exactly the airline and flight number, you can type that in here and click go, and everything will reload for you. For this example, we're just going with the first and lowest flight. You click on the radio button and select next. That will bring us to the booking of hotels. For hotels, again, it does filter low to high. You can also filter this on the rating, also by 3, 4, and 5 star. If you know the name of the hotel that you're looking for, you can type that in and select go. One of my favorite tools to use here is the hotel map. Then there's no question of where the hotel is located. You can select it by viewing it on the map. So what you'll see here as well with the hotels, see where it says preferred partner? That's what I was talking about before, where our Barcelona team is off contracting the hotels. Where you see preferred partner, that is a hotel or a property that we do have a contract with. So it will specifically say preferred partner. If you're looking for additional information on the hotel, click on view details. That will actually bring up additional pictures, hotel information, and client reviews of the property. So once we've decided on our hotel and the room category that we're looking for, you just select the radio button and click on next. That's going to bring us to the next, because we did do a multi-city. We also need a hotel for Rome. So loads the same exact way as it did for London here. And I do want to mention in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the trip summary. That's going to give you an estimated rate per person as you go along. So you can kind of see, get an idea of what it's costing per person, and it gives you the summary in the upper right-hand corner. So in this case, we select our room category, click on the radio button, and select next. And that will bring us to booking of transfers. Transfers, again, they will automatically load from pricing low to high. You can also filter this if you know which type of transfer that they're needing, as well as the category of the transfer. So with transfers, again, depending on the city, we do have a different array of types to choose from. So shared, private, and those private executive, the pickup and drop off at ports, hotels, airports, and train stations. So the transfers, they can be a bit cumbersome. So if you're not sure exactly what transfer they'll be needing, don't worry, our reservation staff, we can add that on for you at any time. Anything can be added as long as it's done 14 days prior to departure. So in this case, we're keeping it nice and simple here for the example. We're going with the private transfer. Make sure that you put in the date the transfer is needed, the number of passengers, and per person. Click on next, and that will bring us over to the Rome transfer. So same exact thing. We need the date that the transfer is needed from the airport, as well as back to the airport. So don't forget to put those dates in there. Click on per person, and then that will bring us to the sightseeing. For sightseeing, this is really the fun part. We do have private, shared, and small group sightseeing options. So first of all, you'll see that it automatically loads, in this case, by most popular. So if you're more looking for price, you can also filter it by price. You can also do it by what type of tour, afternoon, evening, and also by category. So by selecting any of these options, it will reload the page for you. In this case, we're keeping it nice and simple for London. If you do want to know more about the tour, simply click on this hyperlink. That hyperlink will bring up a description, duration, and inclusions, a pop-up window for that tour. You put in the date that they'd like the tour and the number of passengers that it's for, and click on per person. Select next, and we need our sightseeing in Rome. So that will bring us to Rome. We select our sightseeing for Rome and click next. That will actually bring us to the itinerary page. This is where we put together everything day by day. Here is where, remember before where I said you can add on agent markup. This is where you would actually add that. So let's say you want to add $100 onto the package. You would actually type it in this box here, $100, and click on recalculate. That will come up in the itinerary for your client. It'll say customized vacation package. It's seamless to your clients. They won't even know that it's there. Another thing to mention here, a lot of times once you've signed up for our newsletters, you'll receive promotional codes, or we'll have special promotions going on. This is also where you would enter in the promotional codes that we send out. You type in the promotional code and click on recalculate, and that code will automatically show up in your itinerary. So as you can see here for the itinerary, it breaks it down line by line. You'll have your air, transfer, hotel, and tours, and then underneath the detailed flight schedule. Once we reviewed the itinerary, you want to make sure that if you save this or click on book, that you have their names exactly how they appear on their passports. Make sure that you have their birth dates and their gender. So in this case, we're booking the itinerary, and that will give us the option number. It'll tell us how long the quote will be held to and when it will cancel. And this will also show you how many options, there's still many options available to you here. So you can still add on services. You can add on your sightseeing transfers. You can still add on that agent fee. You can also update your passenger information here, as well as view documents. Now, what it means by documents is that's actually going to be the agent invoice, the client invoice, as well as the itinerary. You can view the documents here and send them off to your client. And you can also make a payment. Here it's also going to show you the commission amount and break it down line by line for you. Here we have it zeroed out for this example, but you'll see, the commission amount for each line. So how do we get started? We've gone over so much information. We've talked a lot of our great products. How do we book it? There's really, first and foremost, get registered. Since we have a little bit of time, I can show you really quickly on where that is located. Bear with me 1 second, and I will pull over a screen here. Whoops. What would help if I logged out? On the home page, I apologize, I'm actually logged in already. On the right-hand side of the home page, before you're logged in, you'll see travel agent login, and then you just fill out all of the information. Usually within 24 to 48 hours, you'll receive a password in order to get online. Okay, so once you're actually logged in, there's a lot of great resources available to you. Since I have this up, I'll show you really quick. Here is where you can subscribe to our agent newsletters. At the bottom of any of our web pages, you'll see you can just put in your email address, your state, and sign up. That's going to keep you in the know. Our agent newsletters are going to tell you about upcoming promotions, upcoming FAMs, and all the good stuff that's happening here at Europe Express. Also, under the resources tab, once you're logged in, you also have access to our flyers. By clicking on this, many flyers available to you. So agent resources, we also have customizable flyers that you can download and brand for your clients. Also, a really great tool to have here, it's downloadable, it's shareable, our e-brochure. Our e-brochure, there's no rates in there. You can share it with your clients. It gives them, some nice suggestions for FIT and for groups. Webinars. Webinars such as this one are pre-recorded webinars. Will show up. Upcoming webinars that we're having will also show up under this resources tab. We do have online tutorials as well, step by step. We just went through the booking process. Let's say that you want to go through it again. There's step by step as well as YouTube videos available for you here. One really great tool that many folks aren't aware that we have are city guides. These are really awesome. So let's say you need further assistance with Ireland cities. So for example, we'll go to Ireland here. We click on Ireland. What do we want to know? Okay, well, we'll go to Dublin. And here it's going to show us all the things there are to do and see. You can actually download the full guide and share it with your passengers. It's going to give restaurant recommendations, history, additional things to do. And again, you can download it into a PDF and share it with your clients. So some really great resources here available for you. What else haven't I shown here yet? Again, the flyers. We do have, the most popular sightseeing in 15 most popular cities. So walking tours, culinary experiences, please download those and print them for your clients so they have an idea of, the tours, pricing, and accessibility. Excuse me, I've been talking too much. Pardon me. So once you're registered with us, there's a couple different ways that you can get a quote. You can actually submit a custom quote request through our website. The more information that you put on there, the better. Again, all those qualifying questions that you ask of your clients. Usually, when you send that quote form to us, you'll get a travel specialist within 24 to 48 hours. Again, the most that you put in, the quicker the turnaround will be. You can also call our travel specialist. We are open right now, Monday through Saturday. Usually, once high season starts, we do open up on Sundays as well. And our online booking engine, it's available to you 24/7. So this slide I actually showed you on our website. And your sales manager, they are another great resource available for you. The way that it works here is your sales manager will actually be based upon the state that you're located in. So even if your host agency or the agency that you work with is located in the South Central, but you're located in the Northeast, you'll be assigned to our Northeast sales manager. So please feel free to reach out to any of the sales managers. I am temporarily covering the North Central territory as well. We are in the process of hiring someone for that territory, so very excited about that. And this is our hours of operation. I apologize, I did not update the slide. Currently, we are closed until after the holidays on Sundays, but we are open for FIT Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. Pacific to 6 p.m., as well as Saturday from 7:30 to 4. And our groups department are open Monday through Friday. They are closed on Saturdays and Sundays. We are available on all of social media. You name it, we are on it. And wow, we are ready for questions and answers. Let me just get into, see if we can answer some questions here. And again, if we don't have time to answer all of the questions, once the webinar is over, I will go ahead and reach out and answer any questions that haven't been addressed. So let's see here. Oh, we have quite a few questions. Can you book? Okay, so Gwen wants to know, can you book air with Europe? Let me just see here. Can clients use air miles? If clients are using air miles, that would need to be booked directly with the airline. That's not something that we could actually help. I also have a question here. Can you add markup per item from Eva? Unfortunately, you can only add on one markup, so it's one set amount. So if you could go through the itinerary and do that accordingly. Let's say that you have a great rate on the air and you want to add on for that. You would just put that in the markup line where I showed you on the website, but it would be a total amount. It's not going to show up on the air or any of the other items. So you want to make sure, if you are breaking down, we don't recommend breaking it down line by line for the price with your clients. Of course, you're going to have those, price savvy clients that you're working with. But it's definitely, make sure that you add that markup in wherever it is that you're adding it on. I have seen quite a bit where it's added onto the air and they just quote that in the air package. Can you book air with Europe Express if you don't do a land package? That's from Gwen as well. As far as we can do fly dries, but we cannot do air only. Okay. Definitely check with our reservation agents as well. We do sometimes, for the business class of service, there are minimum amount of nights that need to be booked for hotel. So definitely check that with your reservation specialist as far as what the requirements are for the air. We can do fly drives, but not air only. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I've been asked to go back to the page with the business development manager. Whoops. And let me just put that up for you guys. Whoops. There we go. Sorry. Do we pay commission on trains? Great question. Our inventory is loaded live with Rail Europe, and that is the only component that is non-commissionable. Okay, so there is not going to be a commission for the rail portion. How far ahead are you able to make rail reservations? As far as rail reservations, that's going to depend upon when the inventory is loaded. So usually if it's loaded in Rail Europe's inventory, then we should be able to book it. We're going back in and reconfirming everything, our operations department. So lots of times, when you've made a reservation, rail times can change, things like that. So we go ahead and we do reconfirm that. But that's going to depend, again, on when the inventory is loaded. And what else do we have here? Okay, I've been asked about if there is tech support to call regarding some issues with trying to book online. I will reach out individually to see about setting up a conference call for that. And let's see what else. Well, I'm assuming there's one last question that I have here, and I apologize if I missed any. This question bar is a little bit small here. Can you talk a little bit more about bed selection in Europe? And I'm assuming that means, with the availability of bedding as far as king beds and queen beds go, and as far as how many can fit into a room. This is definitely something that you're going to want to go over with your reservation specialist as far as what the hotel will accommodate. The room situation in Europe is very different than what we're used to here in the U.S. So definitely make sure that you do discuss that with your reservation agent that you speak with. So your clients they're fully aware in advance of what the bedding is going to look like for the room. Also with accommodations, it's a little bit harder to fit those larger families. So you definitely do want to talk about that, adjoining rooms and things like that as far as booking those larger groups and families. Anything that I have not answered, I will answer immediately after the webinar. And please feel free to reach out to me. I'll share my information. Again, it's joyce.taylor@europeexpress.com. Don't hesitate to reach out with any questions or anything that I can help with. We're excited to work with you, and anything we can help with at all to support please don't hesitate to reach out. I really appreciate all the time. I know you have very busy days, and I really appreciate you being here with me today. Thank you so much.